Okay, well, my research covers social, citizenship and Indigenous education. The focus for the next 6 months or so, with research leave, is very much on Indigenous education. So basically, I'm looking at what works. In the past, my research has mostly been in Australia and Melanesia. Over the last 4 years, however, I've been working in China. One of the projects related to my previous work has been this work in China, and that's looking at minority culture education and in effect what works there. So what I'm doing is updating and making more comparative my previous research in Indigenous education. An interesting aspect to it is that as part of the research I'll be working in the University of Durham in northeastern England, where the anthropologists there have a large research centre called Anthropology in Development. And so what I'll be doing is bringing the Australian, the Melanesian and the Chinese background and research and findings to the scholars at Durham, and I'll be gaining a much more comparative and wider perspective from them. Essentially, it's an update to research that was published in 2011 called Growing Up Indigenous, published in Rotterdam, Boston and Taipei. And that covered, as I was saying before, Australia and Melanesia. This is an attempt, or this is a project to expand that, to make it much more comparative. So I'll bring in the Chinese research and findings. Very ambitious. I can't cover it all, obviously. There are 55 minority cultures. But I have got some really interesting material there. And then, of course, I'll be adding to that with my own updating of research in Australia and Melanesia and the Durham perspective. I'm focusing all the time on what works. So therefore, we're looking for effective education programs that are going to involve the community, to empower them, and to work with teachers, schools and communities to have outcomes that are going to be a lot better than what we have now.